I am constantly sharing hair growth tips on my channel and the things that I have done to grow my hair long. So you're probably familiar with those typical tips, keeping your hair moisturized, protective styling, all of that. But today I'm going to do a little bit of a different video, just sharing some other things that I believe could have contributed to my hair growth over the past 5 years. So feel free to enjoy this video whilst you're watching me change my plaits into twists. Hey peeps, my name is Celestine and this is my channel Natural 2020. It's a video type journal of me growing my hair from shave to tailbone length, and I'm aiming to do that within 7 years. I'm now 5 years into the journey and this is the length that I'm at. So in this particular video, you'll see that I'm changing my hair from, let's call them like in between plaits, into chunky twists. So I wanted to do chunky twists this time as opposed to my normal smaller medium-sized twists. And let's talk about some of the extra things that I do in my lifestyle that probably have helped me to retain length and grow my hair longer and past my plateau. The first one is drinking water. Listen, I drink my water and mind my business, right? So I do typically drink water. Now, I don't drink a lot of water. Do they say you're supposed to drink something like 1.5 to 2 liters a day or something like that? I definitely don't drink that much. I'd say I probably drink maybe just shy of 1 liter a day. But the one thing about me drinking water is I don't really drink other drinks. So for example, I don't really drink pop much. I don't really drink juices, very often. Very occasionally, I'll, occasionally drink these things, maybe around Christmas, birthdays, outings, things like that. But on a typical day-to-day, like if I'm having a drink with my meal or in the morning, I'm typically just drinking water. Another thing I do that probably stimulates hair growth is that I do sometimes work out, and I have to be clear and say it is sometimes. I don't have a strict routine in terms of my working out. It really is just an as and when I remember, as and when I have time. But yeah, that is something that I do, and whenever I work out, I do also ensure to basically push myself to the point that I'm sweating. Do you know what I mean? I don't just want to do a really easy walk through the park type workout. I do tend to try and push myself. So that's the second thing that I do, which probably helps my hair growth, because as you know, the more that the more that the blood and oxygen is rushing to our head and moving around our body, well, the more that it's around my scalp is the more that it is increasing my hair growth. The third thing is, so I mentioned that I drink water, right? Another type of drink that I do drink is I drink a lot of tea. So I typically drink like, English tea, or what do you call it? English breakfast tea, or whatever you call it. I typically have at least 1 cup of tea a day. Sometimes I will also have a cup of peppermint tea in the evenings as well. Now, sometimes that may be just straight peppermint. Also, typically I don't have sugar in these drinks. So peppermint, it could just be straight peppermint. But other times I have peppermint mixed with cinnamon powder, that is, mixed with honey and ginger. And then sometimes I'll drink green teas as well. Now, as you know, well, from what I understand, I believe that some teas with caffeine in it actually helps to block DHT. I do not know what DHT is, I don't know. But one thing I do know is when there is more DHT, it slows down our hair growth rate, and actually it increases shedding. So when we can block DHT, then we reduce the amount of shedding. So I do wonder whether some of the teas that I drink throughout the day potentially helps to block DHT and therefore reduce my shedding or increase my hair growth. This is another random one. If I decide to wear hats or hoods, something like that, then typically the hats that I will wear will have silk, like a silk lining. So it's not rubbing against my hair. The cotton isn't drying out my hair and things like that. The same with hoods. Typically, if I want to put my hood on, I'll probably have my scarf on underneath. Now, I don't, just I don't tend to walk around where I live. When I say where I live, I'm talking about my neighborhood, or just I don't tend to go to work with a hood on or a hat on. So this is as a one-off really, and more so in the winter. But this is something that I am mindful of. If I'm wearing hats or hoods, then I will tend to have a scarf on underneath, or just something silk or satin, so that my hair isn't rubbing against the cotton and drying out. Now, the fifth one is something that I have been doing for quite a few years now, but again, it's kind of been on and off. And for me, it's never been to do with hair growth. And actually, all of these things that I've mentioned today, apart from the hats and hoods, but all of them that I've mentioned in this video so far, I haven't been engaging in these practices so that I can increase my hair growth. It's just how I live. Do you know what I mean? So this one is also just something I've typically done over the years, and that is I do take supplements. The particular one or two that I take, one is multivitamins and iron, as in it's one thing together, multivitamin and iron. And the next one that I do try to take is vitamin C. So again, these things probably are helping my hair growth. I suspect they are, because I have heard of when people do have vitamin deficiencies, you do notice that their hair is kind of maybe breaking off easily or drying out easily, or I don't know, just, yeah, it could be in a much better state, but it's because of their vitamin deficiencies. So I do wonder again whether the fact that I am keeping topped up with my multivitamins, iron and vitamin C is probably helping my hair growth, probably reducing shedding, and overall just helping me to get to my growth length, On the other side of this, I am I am terrible when it comes to sweet things. Oh my gosh, I am like a sweet monster. If there was such a thing. I really do eat sweet things a lot. Like, cake is my kryptonite. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love cake. I love cake. I love cake. I love cake. I also love chocolate. So I'm always eating cake. I'm always eating chocolate, ice cream, just sweets in general. Oh my gosh, it's tragic. It's absolutely tragic. But that is probably one practice, again, that's part of my lifestyle that isn't helping my hair growth at all. And I did notice, by the way, my my washing machine was on when I was filming this, and so yeah, there was a crazy situation happening here. Anyway, as I was saying, in terms of me eating sweet things, like I just know that is hindering my hair growth. And probably if I cut out a lot of the sweet things that I eat, man, I'd probably see a great difference. There was a time where I did feel like I noticed my shedding had increased, and when I looked back, nothing in my hair routine had changed. I was pretty much using the same things, doing the same routine, wearing the same styles, things like that. But I did notice that my sugar intake had definitely increased. I believe it was kind of like over the Christmas period. So, I was just binge eating everything. Oh my Lord, help me. Yeah, so I'd love to hear some of your experiences. What are some of the things that you do on a day-to-day basis, in your typical lifestyle, that you feel either those things are helping your hair growth without you even really knowing it, without you doing it for that purpose? Or maybe let me know of things in your lifestyle that are probably hindering your hair growth. Like, for example, mine was eating lots of sweet things is definitely hindering my hair growth. So I'd love to hear from you guys. Please let me know in the comments if you resonate with any of the things that I've done, whether it's drinking water, whether it's working out, whether it's drinking certain teas, whether it's covering your hair a certain way, or maybe it's taking certain multivitamins. Let me know if you have, if you do any of these things and if you've noticed whether it benefits your hair growth at all. I did say that I always share my other hair growth tips, things that have helped me to get from shaved to mid back length where I am now. But if you're not a usual to this channel, then you probably wouldn't have, you may not have heard them or you may not have seen them. So you're really welcome to click the link in the description box below, and you can download 8 tips on how I encourage or how I actually got past bra strap length. You're welcome to download that for free. And feel free to just try these in your hair and see if they make a difference. See if you notice yourself getting getting past your length plateau. I believe it will really help you, as it definitely helped me. So feel free to enjoy that. The link is in the description. And guys, I'm going to see you on the next video. See ya.